Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing a spooky little haunted under the stairs card. I was inspired by this new freshly booed stamp set to bring out the older ghost stamp set because I think they'll work so well together. And then the under the stairs along with these glasses, mini dies, and then I might bring in these potions, but I'm for sure going to bring in the skulls and bones. Those are again some mini dies, and I'm going to create a haunted little scene. This is a part of a collaboration hop with lots of prizes, and I'll tell you more about that later. So let's get started. I've already cut out some bats and ghosts, some skulls and bones, and some glasses, and then this here is the little plant from the Under the Stairs die set. I cut that out with some glitter foam, and look at these glasses. They fit on these ghosts, so cute. The big ones are just like oversized glasses, so fun, and the small ones fit practically perfectly, so you can mix and match and use whichever ones you want. I think I'm going to use some of each because I thought it was so cute that the ghosts have glasses along with that little character, and you can see that I've stamped all of these out and they're ready to color. I'm just going to add a few details to the ghosts, adding some really light purple shades and just blending those out. This will give the ghost a little more dimension. You'll be able to see him just a little bit better. But really we're going to keep most of the ghost white. So you can see how quick I'm doing this and just blending each of those out. I'm adding the darker shades in the folds of the sheet, just giving it a little bit of depth and blending it through all the way to the lightest color. And I think I even bring in the colorless blender 0 to blend that all out even more. So just a touch there. There we go. I colored the little boy image off screen and I went ahead and cut them all out, and now they're ready to create a card. So let's do the background. I'm going to add some orange to the complete back panel of this A2 sized panel, and I'm trying to decide which of these stencils I want to use for the wallpaper. I think both of them might work really well. So I'm just testing out the stairs to see which one I think I would like better for that wallpaper, and in the end I chose the fancy shell stencil. So I'm going to ink over that with a little bit darker of an orange ink and lighten it up all the way down the panel so we have kind of an ombre look. Next, it's time to start putting together this scene, and I've cut all the pieces out from the Under the Stairs die, and it comes with this frame, which is perfect to frame up the whole scene and also help to put all of the elements together and put them in the right spots. So I'm just going to glue that onto our panel, and then we're going to start building this up from the bottom up because I'm going to use the background as my top portion. I'm not using the cutout piece. I just wanted to add a little bit of color to the floor there. I'm not really caring if it looks not all the same because it's just like the ground or the carpet and it's going to have some variation in color. So I just really quick added some ink. And now this piece right here is so cool because there is a score line, but it's so close to the edge that I find the easiest way is to take a straight edge. So I'm using this little triangle piece here and then bend that up against the straight edge. And then you have this piece that's going to open up to like a little hidden closet under the stairs. So that's really cool. So I'm going to add that one last. I'll start with the smallest that goes on the right. Add this little panel here. Add the middle one next. Just make sure to line these all up with each other, just like this. And now when we add the last one, you can glue it on straight if you want to, but I did want my last panel to open because it's going to be haunted under there. So I'm going to just put glue on that scored edge and hold that down with my magnet as it dries. Now I've cut out some of this frame here to be a dark gray. This is the molding that goes on those panels, and I think it looks cool, that dark gray contrast with the gray ground or carpet. and the orange wallpaper. We've got a theme going on here. And I've cut the stairs twice, once out of white and once out of black, because I want the staircase railing to be black, but I cut the white so that I could offset it just a touch to have that be a shadow piece and also give it a little more dimension. And now we can glue this onto our piece here, just like this. And it lines up perfectly. I just love this. I love how you can decorate this for any holiday you want as well. And so today it's definitely Halloween. I'm going to put that little character under the stairs, and now I'm going to figure out which glasses go to which ghosts. So I'll add all the glasses to the ghosts. And these are really small, so I'm just adding a few dots of glue, just a few. Now we have those in place. I'm going to add the cat on top of the banister and the sparkly black plant right here. I colored the planter to kind of look like terracotta, and it matches the wallpaper too. And now I'm going to add this little grate that I cut out of silver metallic paper to the top of the middle one. I'll add this little character sitting under the stairs, maybe hiding from those ghosts. And the skull and bones I added to the front there. I colored that a little bit with gray Copic marker just to make it stand out. I thought it would be fun to have some ghosts or bats kind of flying out of there, but it didn't really work. So instead I decided to put a bat on top of one of the ghosts, kind of like a little bow on her head. And I'm bringing in my favorite Halloween sentiment set here. And this one says, "Be afraid, be very afraid." And I'm going to add another sentiment right over this one, a small one that says, "Beware." So I'm going to stamp those on, but I've got this all the way put together now, so I can't mess it up. So I'm going to bring in my most loved Can't Live Without tool, which is the Misty. So you can add it to your Misty with hold it down with a magnet and stamp it a couple of times. That will make sure that you don't mess up. Like if I had to stamp this freehand, I don't know. That Misty is a lifesaver and one of my favorite things, along with my Glassboard Studios matte. I love that. It's so easy to ink blend on. Okay, so now we'll finish adding together the ghosts. Just picking out which ones I think look the best on here, and we can add those on. And just finish out with the bow. I'm going to add those on with liquid adhesive because there's always already a little bit of dimension behind those banisters. You could definitely add some foam adhesive if you want a little more dimension, but look at how cute they look. Just floating along there. And now I'll just add this to the card base. Put that together, and there we have our card. Look at these little characters. This is so much fun. I think also too a little mouse would be cute, and you know what? It is missing something. So hang on, we're going to do one more thing here because under the stairs it should be a little darker than the rest of the scene. So I've already put everything on, but I'm going to take a gray Copic marker and color over all of that background just to give it some more dark shadows. That's better. That's what it definitely would be like under the stairs, but we're missing one more thing. So I'm pulling in one other stamp set. This is the Some Pig stamp set that's pretty new from Missing Stamps, and I'm just going to add one of the spiders. If I was brave enough, I would add a spider web, but I didn't think about this ahead of time. And since that little panel opens, I can't have it open all the way to be able to stamp it in the Misty, so I'm going to have to be brave and stamp it with a little block. I have one chance at this. So I masked off the stairs, stamped the little spider, and it turned out perfectly. So thank heavens for that. And now I think this scene is complete with a little spider hanging down, a darker area under the stairs. So fun, so cute. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. This is a part of a collaboration hop, so go ahead and take a look at the description below to follow along and go give my friends some encouragement as well. You can see the list below to follow along, subscribe to all our channels, and don't forget to leave comments. We have lots of sponsors, lots of prizes for this hop, so a big thank you to all of your help in getting us to our goals. Thanks for stopping by. I'll be back soon with more inspiration. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.